crease here as he's past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Now the Bengals make their way out on offense for the first time, led by their fifth-year quarterback out of LSU, Joe Burrow.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
Right to the air is Burrow. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Here we go. 11.
From the gun, a give to Brown. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It can be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
That's to his tight end all.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Burrow will throw.
That one taken in by T. Higgins.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Second down and a yard. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete. And Chase going to pick up a Bengals first down as he'll get it down inside the 25.
And they'll send the tight end in motion.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Again, it's Burrow. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Play action. It's Burrow. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Micah Parsons.
He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal.
This one from 46 yards out.
McPherson's kick is good.
And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right.
To throw, it's Milton.
And he rips that one incomplete there.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
In motion, the tight end.
Throwing is Milton. This one swung out to Williams.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
The Cowboys at 8-4 now in the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 1. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Now Milton. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Milton. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. Call it no gain there on the first down play. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Here's Milton now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Aubrey good with a PAT, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now it's Burrow. That's taken in by Higgins. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. They go play action with Burrow. It's complete to Brown, right side. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
A pickup of 2 yards. First down, Cincinnati.
Flowers going to go in motion right. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. The numbers there for Brown from a week ago. 22 carries, 91 yards, and a touchdown.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You look at this Cowboy defense. Into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 39. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Right back to Brown. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Zach Moss. And able to get this to the 31.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. That one into the hands of Flowers. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 23 yards, the final tally.
And coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the notion of ball control. They were preaching it. They wanted to win the time of possession battle, and they've done so here. This drive's taken up quite a bit in the first quarter. Now they are set up first and goal.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they...
And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming.
Previous play is under review.
They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So an early challenge, and you know that those coaches hate to use those red flags too early, but this one turns out to be successful. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is now 10-7.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC.
A CD after this game, there will be 4 weeks left in the regular season. So this is far from the final version of what we'll see come January, more of a first draft, if you will, as all these teams fight for a better position.
And you pointed it out so accurately there, Brandon. After this game, 4 weeks left in the regular season, and then the playoffs officially begin. But for some teams, trying to fight to make it to the playoffs, they're actually in a playoff push right now.
To throw is Milton. Open man, right side, it's Lamb.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Here's Milton.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at their own 19-yard line.
And they'll begin here with a run by Brown.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Burrow looking to pass.
Got a man open. It's Chase.
So the completion good for 7 there. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Burrow on play action. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. In motion goes the tight end. Throwing to start the drive. Milton. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. And just 1 tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
He completes this one to Mingo. 10-7 our score after one. Right. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Operating from the gun, Milton.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out comes CeeDee Lamb and the rest of the Dallas offense.
He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
He's got it to Williams.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game.
And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Operating from the gun, Milton. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 33.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
They'll send a receiver in motion left.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
Open man is Mingo, complete.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
12 more yards. That's another Cowboys first.
They go back to the ground with Williams. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw.
Milton. Throw left side, pulled in by Mingo.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the 1st on 3rd. Back to throw. Milton, this one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a 1st down.
Brandon Aubrey on for the Cowboys field goal. A 34-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow getting set for this next drive. And he's played well all year long as he enters the home stretch of the season as the NFL leader in touchdown passes.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Now it's Burrow. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
The Bengals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Now Burrow. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A gain of 14. First down, Cincinnati.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 27. Here's Burrow. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Mike Gesicki, 27 yards. And the Bengals go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Williams. And this one also slow and developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Throwing is Milton. That is caught. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Now Milton. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. So the completion good for just 3. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. To throw, it's Milton. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
A 65-yard attempt.
And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away, no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. I guess I got to hand it to him. That was ambitious.
Well, that's one way to put it.
Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50, 1st and 10. Throw left side complete to Chase. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now it's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Jamar Chase, 31 yards. And the Bengals take a 3-touchdown lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. And out now come the Cowboys. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Williams. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Milton. Left side to Lamb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Here's Milton now to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. To throw is Milton. Another one to C.D. Lamb. He's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. C.D. Lamb with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. They'll look to Gesicki on the out route. Ball is caught. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. On the right side, open is Gesicki. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Burrow will throw. He will find his man Chase complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth, when the ball's arriving and there's a defender that
under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And they stop him short of the 1st as he can only get to the 20. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43. The Cowboys offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. And the tight end goes in motion left. On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The second quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Milton. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Down right around the 25. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Looking to throw. Milton. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. They defer to Brown to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Burrow on play action. To the right side, into the hands of Flowers. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Here we go. Here we go. 11 mighty. 12, 12, 12.
They go play action with Burrow. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Now it's Burrow. Trying to drop one in, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Operating from the gun, Milton. And that will be incomplete. Here's Brian Anger now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Cincinnati set to take over once again. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The Bengals drive about to get going. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Now Burrow. And his throw is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Here's Burrow. Now throw out wide, going to be incomplete. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or two. The Cowboys offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
That's good for a Cowboy.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Throwing is Milton. Drops it to Blue, complete. Breaks through the contact. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Williams is in. Touchdown, Dallas. And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign. Aubrey good with a PAT. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Burrow looking to pass. Got a man, it's Brown. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. This is Brown going up the middle. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
A 7-yard gain on the play.
He'll drop to throw. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. "35 yards that time on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The home team's offense and Javonte Williams head out for this next drive. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. To throw, it's Milton. He completes this one to Mingo. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end. Milton. Man open left side, it's Williams. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. This 2nd and 4. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. He'll find Lamb crossing the formation for the catch. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 13-yard line. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 2nd and 5 from the 8. They run it again with Williams. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Here's 3rd and a few inches. Here's Milton now to throw. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Jonathan Mingo from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys have cut it back within a score. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead is down to a field goal. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. Now 2nd and 9. Now it's Burrow. That one into the hands of Flowers. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's Higgins out on the right side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here. Now Burrow loses the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Following the fumble recovery, Milton. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Ferguson. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Now Milton. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
In motion goes the tight end. On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this third quarter of play. Back now in Arlington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that's going to be caught, T. Higgins. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 34-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Got a man open. It's Chase. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Burrow will throw. That is caught. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bengals get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Milton. Open man is Mingo. Complete. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. Here is 3rd down and 4. Here's Milton. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
They'll look to throw again. And he slings one that's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 22-yard line. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Back to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They'll try and run. This is Williams. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal.
Williams again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Javonte Williams, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Aubrey good with a PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. Now the current playoff picture, and you can see they are one of those 3 wildcard teams, at least for the moment, but they have not clinched that spot, Charles. And look, their message has been clear. We're keeping our foot on the gas to the very end.
And how about the theater and the drama that's involved, partner? The best part, we've got a front row seat to it all. And I think this is obviously the ultimate goal when they added a 7th seed to the playoffs back in 2020. More drama, more teams in it late in the season, and more importance on games like this.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Micah Parsons make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. In motion comes the tight end left. Throwing is Milton. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Milton. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. And now they will throw it with Burrow. This will be caught by Brown. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Ooh, the juke. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game. Another run on 2nd down. Trying to cover up. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Brown is into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their coach. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Milton. Escaping the pressure right. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Under 90 seconds to go. Here's 2nd and 10. He finds his man. Complete. It's Ferguson. What a way to wrap up the week. Now a big play. It's 3rd down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Milton. He's got Mingo. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So with just under 40 seconds to go, you figure this is going to need to bounce their way if they have any shot. And this is going to be recovered by the Bengals hands team. And they're going to hang on and win this game. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points,